Y'all, just when you thought Ferrari couldn't get any more dramatic, they've gone and done something that's sending shockwaves through the entire F1 community. Grab your popcorn, because this tea is hot. Picture this: Ferrari, the legendary team known for their glitz, glamour, and drama, has reportedly forced Lewis Hamilton, one of the greatest drivers in F1 history, to adapt to Charles Leclerc's car setup philosophy. Yes, you heard that right. The 7-time world champion, who spent his career setting his own agenda and dominating the track, is now being asked to simply follow the setup of his younger teammate. And let me tell you, this is not sitting well with Hamilton fans or insiders, because there's so much more to this story than just car setups. Let's rewind a bit and break this down. It all started with a quiet confirmation, one that barely made the headlines, but spoke volumes to those who know what's going on behind the scenes. It was a subtle statement from Hamilton himself that he's now running Leclerc's setup on the SF25. For those of you who don't know, setup preferences are a big deal in F1. We're talking about brake balance, aero load, tire management, the works. And for Ferrari to push Hamilton to mirror Leclerc's setup, it's not just a technical choice. It's a power move. Ferrari is essentially saying, we're going to align you with what's working for Leclerc, not what works best for you. Now, let's talk about what this means for Hamilton. He didn't come to Ferrari to play second fiddle. He didn't come to sit in the shadows of a driver who has been groomed within Ferrari's walls for years. He came to lead the team, to transform the SF25 into something that could challenge Red Bull and take Ferrari back to the top. But what's happening now is a whole different ballgame. Instead of being given the freedom to lead, Hamilton's input is being dismissed in favor of a setup that fits Leclerc's driving style. And y'all, I'm telling you, this setup alignment isn't just about a few technical tweaks. It's about control, power, and who gets to define what works in the Ferrari garage. Leclerc's setup is built around a more oversteer-biased approach, designed for a more aggressive style that rewards quick reactions and sharp corners. It's a setup that's been delivering results for Leclerc, especially in low-speed corners, where Ferrari has struggled in the past. But here's the catch: that's not Hamilton's style. Hamilton thrives on consistency, on predictability, on a car that works with him throughout the entire race. So when Ferrari asks him to align with Leclerc's philosophy, it's a mismatch of epic proportions. Now, let's get into the real drama. Hamilton, who has consistently been known for his ability to build a car to his own liking, suddenly finds himself trapped in Ferrari's comfort zone. Instead of using Hamilton's legendary feedback to evolve the SF25, Ferrari is making him fit into a mold that was designed for a completely different driver. And let's be real, this isn't just a technical issue, this is about trust. It's about respecting the champion that Ferrari brought in to shake things up, not asking him to simply adapt to what already works for someone else. And the social media reactions, oh honey, they are lit right now. Fans are shook by this move, and they're not afraid to let Ferrari know exactly what they think. Instagram is buzzing with cryptic posts, with one fan saying, "I thought Hamilton was here to lead Ferrari, not just to follow Leclerc." And they're not the only ones. Insiders from the Ferrari paddock have hinted that there's more going on behind closed doors. According to anonymous sources close to the team, there's growing tension between Hamilton and the team's engineers. They say Hamilton is frustrated, and who can blame him? He spent his career leading from the front, and now Ferrari wants him to play second fiddle. Absolutely not. But wait, there's more. Some insiders believe Ferrari's decision is more than just a technical oversight. It's a cultural issue. Ferrari has a long history of struggling with change. Remember when Alain Prost and Fernando Alonso both butted heads with the team over their unwillingness to adapt? Well, it seems like history is repeating itself by sticking to what they know and forcing Hamilton to adapt to Leclerc's preferences. Ferrari risks repeating the mistakes of the past. And for Hamilton, this is about more than just the car setup, it's about trust. Does Ferrari trust him enough to let him lead? And guess what, y'all? There's been talk that Ferrari is already shifting their priorities. If Leclerc continues to thrive with his setup, while Hamilton struggles to adapt, it's only a matter of time before Ferrari starts prioritizing Leclerc more. The numbers don't lie, and if Leclerc starts pulling in better results, the narrative could shift quickly. Suddenly, Hamilton could find himself playing catch-up, with Ferrari leaning more into Leclerc's feedback, leaving Hamilton in a reactive position. If that happens, this partnership between Ferrari and Hamilton could implode. And I don't think anyone wants to see that happen, especially with a driver of Hamilton's caliber. But the plot thickens. The deeper question here is whether Ferrari, as an organization, is willing to evolve. Can they move past their old habits and embrace the kind of change that Hamilton represents? Or will they stay stuck in the past, playing it safe and risking their future success? If Ferrari doesn't give Hamilton the space to shape the SF25 with his experience, then this partnership could end in disaster. It could turn into a missed opportunity, a time when Ferrari had everything it needed to succeed but couldn't get out of its own way. Now, as the season continues, all eyes will be on Ferrari and Hamilton. Can they figure out how to make this partnership work? Will Ferrari allow Hamilton to lead, or will they force him to follow? The next few races are going to be critical. We're talking about high-stakes moments where tire management, car balance, and team dynamics will make all the difference. If Ferrari's stubbornness continues, it could cost them more than just podiums. It could cost them their shot at the championship. But just when you think you've got this all figured out, there's a twist. Y'all, what if this isn't just about Ferrari refusing to change? What if this is part of a bigger strategy to weaken Hamilton from the inside? What if they're setting him up to fail, knowing that the world's greatest driver won't stand for being controlled? The pressure is mounting and something big could break soon. Keep your eyes peeled, because the second half of this season could be even more dramatic than we ever expected. So, here's the big question. Y'all, can Ferrari shed its old skin and truly embrace Hamilton's brilliance? Or will they just let another opportunity slip through their fingers? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I'm dying to know what y'all think about this insane move by Ferrari. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because you do not want to miss what happens next. Trust me, this story is far from over, and you don't want to be left behind. Stay tuned, because this drama is just getting started. So, you know that thing we talked about earlier, about Lewis Hamilton being pushed to adapt to Charles Leclerc's car setup? Well, hold on to your hats, because it's not just about car setups anymore. It's about something much bigger than that. Yep, you guessed it. The heart and soul of Ferrari's entire team is at stake. This setup saga is no longer just a technical battle. It's a full-blown power struggle, a war of egos, trust, and leadership. We've all seen the drama unfold with Ferrari in the past, right? But this is next level. The tea that's being spilled right now could change the entire course of Ferrari's future in Formula One. And believe me, it's not a story you're going to want to miss. So, grab your popcorn, because the Ferrari saga is about to hit a major turning point, and it's not looking good for Hamilton. Let's talk about this whole car setup debacle one more time. It wasn't supposed to be a big deal, but when you've got someone like Hamilton on the team, the little things always matter. The subtle shifts in car dynamics, those things make all the difference. And here's the kicker. Ferrari's decision to make Hamilton fit into Leclerc's mold instead of building something around Hamilton's legendary style is starting to raise some serious eyebrows. And when we say serious eyebrows, we mean it. Insiders are talking, fans are starting to notice, and the whispers in the paddock are getting louder. Some are saying that Ferrari's reluctance to trust Hamilton's input is creating a divide, one that could be impossible to bridge. I mean, let's be real. This is one of the most decorated drivers in the history of F1. He didn't sign up for this. He didn't come to Ferrari just to be another cog in the machine. He came to be the driver who would change Ferrari's destiny. But how can he do that if the team keeps treating him like a second-tier driver? And now, the rumors are swirling about who exactly is behind this move. Y'all, some sources are claiming that the higher-ups at Ferrari are the ones pulling the strings here, forcing Hamilton to adjust to Leclerc's setup. Is it because they think it's the right move? Or is it something more sinister? Some even think that Ferrari's brass is looking for a